Welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you guys can see right behind me here, I have this 2021 Toyota Highlander XLE all-wheel drive, and behind me on my left-hand side here is the 2022 Nissan Pathfinder SL. But I'd like to give a special thanks to HGreg Nissan for providing with the Nissan Pathfinder. If you're in the market for a Nissan, you can come check out HGreg Nissan and ask for Gaby. She will get you into a new or pre-owned vehicle. And special thanks to South Dade Toyota for providing with the Toyota Highlander XLE. If you're in the market for a Toyota, you can come check out South Dade Toyota and ask for Wilford. He will get you into a new or pre-owned vehicle. But let's talk about the front styling here of the Toyota Highlander. Looking at the front fascia, I think the Highlander looks very soft in this XLE model. If you guys are looking for a more aggressive Highlander, you have to go for the XSE, which is more sportier. It also gives you a bigger grille compared to this smaller grille here. Looking at these headlights here, they're going to be standard equipment on all models. If you go for the Platinum, you're going to get a different type of headlight, which is an adaptive headlight. This model here does have an automatic low and high beam with an incandescent turn signal, also with an LED daytime run light. My model does come with LED fog lights here at the lower part of the fascia. This is painted in this silver paint. It looks really good with the aluminum painted accents. This is for the driver's assistance here, so this thing will stop and go for you in rush hour traffic if you set the cruise control. And this does have some gloss black trim here in the front fascia. I think this grille looks really nice, but keep in mind, looks can be subjective. Looking at the Nissan Pathfinder here, my model is the SL. It does come standard with front wheel drive. If you guys want all wheel drive, you have to pay additional option. Just like on the Highlander here, you have to pay additional option if you guys want that feature, because they both come standard with front wheel drive. Looking here at these headlights, are going to be a multi-reflector headlight with an LED daytime run light with an incandescent turn signal. Even if you go for the Platinum model, you're going to have the same headlights, which are going to be standard on all models. There's a new Nissan emblem here that's also a front-facing camera. I also like the V-Motion grille here, very large grille with this chrome outlining there. And down here, Nissan does throw in full LED fog lights. There's also front parking sensors. But I want you guys to tell me down in the comment section down below which one looks the best. Does the Pathfinder look better than the Highlander? But keep in mind, looks can be subjective. But let's take a look at the side profile of the Highlander and Nissan Pathfinder. Looking at these tires and wheels here on the Nissan Pathfinder, these are a 255/60. They're wrapped in this 18-inch rim design. I do like the alloy finish here. It looks really good here with this silver paint. There's this LED side mirror here on the mirror cap. And down here at the lower part of the back door, it does have Pathfinder stamped here on the cladding. Of course, it wouldn't be an SUV without the cladding. And my model is missing a panoramic sunroof, but there's these roof rails. There's also this floating roof design there. The wheelbase here for the Pathfinder is at 114.2 inches with an overall length of 197 inches. But making our way over here to the Toyota Highlander, looking here at the side profile, let's start off with these tires and wheels here. These are a 235/65. They're wrapped in this 18-inch rim design. Me personally, I don't like the 5-spoke finish here. I would go for the wheels on the actual Nissan Pathfinder. And my model does have these running boards. Unfortunately, you do not get running boards on the Pathfinder on the SL model. There's this LED side marker here. And my model does have a standard size sunroof. There's also these aerodynamic roof rails here. The wheelbase here for the Highlander is at 112.2 inches with an overall length of 197.4. So the Highlander is going to be the bigger vehicle here, but the Pathfinder does have the longer wheelbase. Looking at these taillights here, they're going to be an LED combination with an LED brake light with an incandescent turn signal and reverse light. There's the XLE all-wheel drive badge there. There's the Toyota emblem here with this rear wiper to keep that rear glass clean. I wish Toyota would have integrated it underneath the rear spoiler. That's also the third brake light right there. And looking down here again, there's the Highlander badge, but there's no visible exhaust trim. It's tucked underneath the bumper. But open up the cargo back here. Since my model is the XLE model, it does have this power opening tailgate here. Once it opens up, it reveals 16 cubic feet of space. And underneath here, Toyota does give you some underfloor storage. Unfortunately, I can't open it all the way because of the tonneau cover. You can fold down the third row to basically put the tonneau cover up so you can have some privacy. Once you fold down everything, you get 84.3 cubic feet of space, which I think is a lot of cubic feet of space. So you have plenty of stuff that you can put back in the back seat here. But closing this back and making our way over to the Pathfinder, looking at these taillights here, they're going to be the same with an LED brake light with an incandescent turn signal and reverse light. There's the Nissan emblem there, also with this rear wiper here. Like I mentioned over there at the Highlander, I wish they would have integrated it underneath the rear spoiler here. There's the third brake light right there. That's the SL badge. There's rear parking sensors here with these reflectors integrated into the bumper. And I love that Nissan has the backup camera integrated here in the bumper. It looks really nice and very clean. But open up the cargo back here. My model also has a power opening tailgate. Once it opens up, it reveals 16.6 cubic feet of space. I'm trying to figure out how did Nissan get the packaging right, because keep in mind the Toyota Highlander is a longer vehicle, but looking underneath here, This does have a large underfloor storage. Once you fold down everything, you get 80.5 cubic feet of space. But let's hop into the interior of the Toyota Highlander. Before hopping into the Nissan Pathfinder here, we're gonna start off here with the Toyota Highlander. As you guys can see here, looking at the key fob, this is the same Toyota key fob. It does have the Toyota emblem with the Highlander name on back of the key fob. There's a lock, unlock, a trunk release, and a panic button. Unfortunately, there's no remote start. You probably have to do it through the app. But let me squeeze between these two vehicles here. But to lock the vehicle, just rest your finger here. You guys can hear the beep. And to unlock it, Toyota puts a sensor behind the door handle. Open up this interior here. I'm loving this two-tone color combination here. I like the beige here with the brown. It looks really nice. But getting inside the Highlander here, and my model does come with these running boards. They're pretty helpful to get inside this vehicle, especially if you guys have small kids. But to start up the Highlander here, the push button start is right here. And reaching over here to shut the door. You guys can hear that V6 will come to life, and the gauges will do a nice sweep. I didn't close the door all the way. And my model does have the all-wheel drive. As you guys can see, there's this little all-wheel drive indicator there. The materials are gonna be a nice soft touch material. Loving this two-tone color combination here. It is auto up, auto down for all 4 windows. I kind of wasn't expecting that. There's your automatic high beam switch here with your trunk release. There's a little bit of storage down here. There's your fuel cap opener and hood latch. And this is a manual tilt and telescoping wheel. It does offer a decent amount of range and adjustability. There's some controls here on the steering wheel, which has the volume and voice controls there. You can also customize this digital display. Unfortunately, Toyota does not offer a full digital display here. In the Highlander, you just get these analog gauges. If you guys want a full digital display, you have to look at the Nissan Pathfinder or the other competitors in this segment. Over here is for the driver's assistance, which includes 4 collision warning with lane keeping assist. Also, your radio presets are there. Very nice high quality leather and stitching. The upper part of the dashboard here is going to be a soft touch ejection molded plastic. On the instrument panel here, it's going to be a hard touch plastic there. I wish my model did have that review camera mirror. I think the Nissan Pathfinder also offers that if you go for the platinum trim. This is an 8-inch display. It does support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Unfortunately, it does not take it wireless. You have to basically use a USB. If you guys wanted to connect your phone, there's a volume and tune knob here with these big knobs here for the climate control. There's also a lot of shortcut buttons there for the climate control. There's 3 level heated seats here. If you guys want cool seats, you have to go for the limited or platinum model in order to get those features. There's 2 shelves here for additional storage. As you guys can see, my iPhone 12 Pro Max is sitting here just fine. And over here, you can probably have some storage here for the passenger. So a little bit more space. There's also this aluminum painted trim here. Putting the Highlander into reverse here, it does reveal a backup camera. Just with distance markers, there's no trajectory. If you guys go for a top model, you can also get a 360-degree camera or a bird's eye view camera. And also you can get a larger screen, which is a 12.3-inch display. Kicking it down here, over to the left, there's a manual mode in the transmission to cycle through the 8-speed automatic transmission. Putting it back into park, there's your drive mode selector here. It has a sport, also a normal and eco mode. It's a sand and mud mode, normal and rock and dirt, because my model does have all-wheel drive. There's also your traction control here, a snow mode, a hill descent, and automatic start-stop function, auto hold function, also electronic parking brake. There's 2 cup holders here. There's a little bit of storage here. There's also 3 USB ports with a 12-volt. Open up this, it does reveal a wireless phone charger with a lot of storage, also with a 12-volt. The seats in here, they're supportive and they're very comfortable. I'm loving this beige combo here, which looks really nice. Above me, this is just a standard size sunroof. You can also get a panoramic sunroof if you guys go for a different trim level. The lighting in here is going to be an incandescent lighting. There's also the sunglass holder here with this convex mirror, so you can spy on the rear passengers if you would like. Looking at the glove compartment here, it does offer a large bin in there. But overall, I'm very impressed with the materials in here. I also like this 2-tone color combination. But let's hop into the interior of the Nissan Pathfinder. After just hopping out of the interior of the Toyota Highlander XLE, looking here at the Nissan Pathfinder SL, this is the key fob here for the vehicle. As you guys can see, it does have some functions on it, which include remote start, a trunk release, a lock and unlock feature with a panic button. This is the same corporate Nissan key fob. But walking up to the Pathfinder here, and to unlock the door is already unlocked. You can, to lock it, you just put your fingers on the 3 little ridges there. But looking at this interior here, I would prefer the interior on the Highlander because it does have a lighter color combination. I like the stitching here. These seats are one of the best seats in the segment that I tested so far. This also has a 3-level heated function here. If you guys want cool seats, you have to go for the platinum model of the Pathfinder here. But getting inside and shutting the door here and starting up the Pathfinder, As you guys can hear, that V6 will come to life and the gauges will do a nice sweep, and you're greeted by this Pathfinder image there. Looking at the materials here, it's gonna be a nice soft touch material. There's this aluminum accented door handle here. Over here is for the dimmer switches, the active lane trace assist with the trunk release button there. There's your lock controls and mirror adjustment controls here. It is auto up, auto down for all four windows. I kind of wasn't expecting that. There's some gloss black trim here with some nice texture material here, which I do like the pattern design. Down here is going to be additional storage and cup holder space, and this is a manual tilt and telescoping wheel. It does offer a decent amount of range and adjustability. There's paddle shifters here. There's the headlight and turn signal stock there with the wind wiper stock. If you guys want a full digital display, you have to go for the Pathfinder Platinum model in order to get that feature. And my model does not have a heads-up display. This is a 9-inch display. It does support Apple CarPlay wireless, or you can use the USB port or Type-C there. We're going here to the Apple CarPlay. Okay, my phone, I'm sorry, my phone has to be unlocked, I'm sorry. After the Apple CarPlay pops up here, as you guys can see here, the touch response is very responsive. There's these volume and tune knobs here. There's also some shortcut buttons down here. There's the air vents here. There's also the hazard button there. There's a heated steering wheel function. And my model does have the 3-level heated seats. If you guys want to get cool seats, you have to go for the Platinum trim. Looking at the steering wheel controls here, this is for the LCD display front and center. You can customize that via that scroll wheel there. Over here is for the driver's assistance. This does have adaptive cruise control and whatnot. The materials on the dashboard are going to be a nice soft touch material. Looking here, there's a little bit of shelf storage, just like on the Pathfinder, but the Pathfinder, I mean, just like on the Highlander, but the Highlander does have a bigger shelf, so you guys can put more stuff there. Looking at the glove compartment here, it does offer a large glove compartment. And above me is going to be incandescent lighting throughout the cabin. There's an SOS button. And my model is missing a standard size sunroof or a panoramic sunroof. So if you guys want that feature, you have to pay additional option for it. Like I mentioned, the seats are supportive and very comfortable. Looking down here, this is for the 9-speed automatic transmission. To go into reverse, just press down on this trigger here and switch up here to go into reverse. You guys are greeted by this 360-degree camera, very nice resolution. As you guys can hear, that's for the parking sensors. So my apology is it does have trajectory with distance markers. Kicking it into drive here, just push down on the trigger again and you press P for park. Looking here, there's a bit of storage here. There's also a cup holder. There's an automatic start stop function, an auto hold. This is for the drive mode selector. This does have sport, tow, also standard, eco, and snow. So it will display at the lower part of the screen here, or it would take up the whole screen once everyone has their seatbelt on. It does have Pathfinder stamped out here with some nice stitching. Open up this, it does reveal a decent amount of storage in there. But overall, I'm very impressed here with the Nissan Pathfinder's interior. Let's hop into the back seat of the Toyota Highlander. Getting into the second row here of the Toyota Highlander, opening up the door here, as you guys can see, the door opens at a decent angle. If you guys have any children or a child seat, you can access the back seat a little better. But getting back here, as you guys can see here, my model does have the bench seating, so you can fit up to 8 people in comfort. Pulling this armrest down here, it does reveal 2 cup holders, and above me is going to be the incandescent lighting here, also with the air vents, and this is grab handle here. But shutting the door here, my model does have these manual sunshades to block out the haters. And like I mentioned from the front seats, I'm loving this 2-tone color combination. And looking down here, Toyota says you get 41 inches of legroom here in the second row of the Highlander. And there's this a little handle down here that you grab to slide the seat forward, so you can give the third row passengers a little bit more room. But to slide it back, you can also recline the seat via this handle here, so you can stretch out on a long road trip. There's going to be 2 map pockets back here for storage. Closing this armrest back. Looking here, that's your own set of climate control. This does not have heated or cool seats. You have to go for a limited or a platinum trim if you want those features. Looking down here is going to be 2 USB ports. The floor back here is somewhat flat. There's this little hump here, but you can fit a middle passenger here because, like I mentioned, you can sit up to 8 people in comfort. But I'm showing you guys how to access the third row really quickly. Getting out here, like I mentioned, if you guys have any kids or whatnot, you can access the vehicle a little better because there's these running boards here. Unlike the Pathfinder, it does not come with running boards, it seems like, from the manufacturer. You guys can probably get a dealer at the market in order to install that. But you can grab this handle here on top of the seat here in order to get into the third row. The seat will tilt forward, just push it. But getting back here, guys, you guys know that the Highlander does have a very cramped back seat. But I'm gonna get back here anyway to have you guys entertain. Okay, so once I get situated, at least you can fit 3 people across, of course. But this is going to be reserved for kids. Toyota says you get around 27.7 inches of legroom here. in the third row of the Highlander. Looking over here is going to be 2 cup holders, and above me is going to be the air conditioning vent there. Even on this side as well, there's going to be 2 more cup holders over here. But overall, if you guys are looking for a bigger back seat, let's see what the Pathfinder is like, because the Highlander here is not going to cut it for me because my knees are in the seat back. But you could ask this passenger here to slide this seat forward just to give you a little bit more leg room. Let's hop into the back seat of the Nissan Pathfinder. So after just hopping out of the back seat of the Toyota Highlander, open up the door here. The door opens nice and wide, so if you guys want to put your children or car seat back here, you can definitely do so. My model is missing running boards. I don't think Nissan offers running boards here on the Pathfinder, but getting back here, as you guys can see here, my model can fit up to 8 people in comfort because I do have the bench seating here. Putting this armrest down here, it does reveal 2 cup holders with a little bit of storage, and up top here is going to be the air vents. Also, it's going to be incandescent lighting with this grab handle here, and there is manual sunshades here to block out the haters. The material is going to be a nice soft touch material. There's these large cup holders here on the actual door frame, and this is how you shut the door via this handle here. You can also lower down the window, which is auto up, auto down, like I mentioned, from the front seats. Down here's going to be additional storage and cup holder space. There's 2 mat pockets back here for storage, and my model is missing the heated and cool seats option because this is where they would normally go if you guys had the top trim. There's a USB-C with a USB port. At least you get your own set of climate controls back here. And Nissan says you get around 39.6 inches of legroom here in the second row, and it does have a flat floor here, and you can slide the seat forward and back to give the third row passengers a little bit more room. And you can also recline the seat via this handle here. But I'm showing you guys how to get into the third row. But let's get back there really quick. Nissan give you this button right here. Once you press this, the seat will catapult itself up. But getting back here, I'm gonna sit behind this seat here. This is what the seat is far as setting here. And Nissan says you get around 30.7 inches of legroom here, which is phenomenal. Compared to the Highlander, I feel more comfortable in the back seat here of the Pathfinder. Looking here is gonna be a standard USB port here underneath this flap. There's gonna be 2 cup holders here. The material is gonna be hard touch plastic back here. You also get 2 more cup holders over there. But overall, I do feel more comfortable here in the back seat of the Nissan Pathfinder instead of the Toyota Highlander. As you guys can see, I have the hood open here for the Toyota Highlander and also for the Nissan Pathfinder. Let's start off here with the Toyota Highlander. Let's talk about the powertrain here. This has Toyota's 3.5 liter V6. This powertrain makes 295 horsepower and 263 pound-feet of torque. It's hooked up to an 8-speed automatic transmission. As the Highlander sits here, it weighs 4,300 pounds. Keep in mind, my vehicle does have all-wheel drive, which is an additional option. You can get front wheel drive as standard equipment, and my model can tow up to 5,000 pounds. Fuel economy here for this 3.5 liter V6 is rated at 20 in the city, 27 on the highway, and 23 combined. Looking over here at the Nissan Pathfinder, this has Nissan's 3.5 liter V6. This makes 284 horsepower and 259 pound-feet of torque. Since my model is front wheel drive, you can tow up to 3,500 pounds. If you go for the all-wheel drive, which is optional as well, you can tow up to 6,000 pounds, so you can tow more than the Toyota Highlander. And this is also paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission. No more CVT here in this generation of Pathfinder. So this has 1 more additional gear compared to the Highlander over there, which has an 8-speed automatic transmission. As the Pathfinder sits, it weighs 4,300 pounds. Fuel economy is rated at 21 in the city, 26 on the highway, and 23 combined. So to kick off this comparison test here, I'm going to start off here in the Nissan Pathfinder SL. Keep in mind, this only comes with front wheel drive. If you guys want to get all wheel drive, you have to pay additional option, but the Highlander that I have, it does come with all wheel drive, and both of these vehicles come standard with front wheel drive. This has Nissan's 3.5 liter V6, which makes 284 horsepower and 259 pound-feet of torque, and it's hooked up to a new 9-speed automatic transmission. So there's no more CVT here in the Pathfinder. If you guys want to get a CVT, you have to look at the previous generation in order to get that feature. The seats in here, they're supportive, they're comfortable. I think they feel better than the Toyota Highlander seats. We'll talk about that once I get inside the Highlander. This does have 3-level heated seats. Let's talk about the driver's assistance. This does include lane departure with lane steer assist. So basically it will keep you centered in the lanes. Also with cruise control, the steering in here feels very playful in its comfort mode here. And I tested the Pathfinder previously, and I was impressed with the new 9-speed that's basically built by ZF. Really good transmission. I noticed that it does have a hard time basically trying to downshift because it's trying to seek out its highest gear for the best fuel economy. Fuel economy for this powertrain is rated at 21 in the city, 26 on the highway, and 23 combined, which is not bad fuel economy numbers. but this thing really rides really smooth, and my model does have the bench seating, so you can fit up to 8 people in comfort. If you guys go for a different trim level, Nissan will give you captain's chairs, so it will sit 7 people instead of 8. Me personally, if you guys have a big family or you want to put more people back there, I would recommend just going for the bench seating instead of the captain's chairs. But the ride quality in here is really good. Nissan did a really good job with the exterior styling. It looks more boxier, more rugged compared to the previous generation. But let's put into sport mode here. They give you this little toggle here. I'm gonna floor it here. And it gets up to speed really fine. This is a really good family hauler, and that V6, it does sound really strong, but it sounds muted, just like I mentioned from my previous review. Steering feel now, it gets a little bit heavier, but I still find it to be a little light in a sense. The paddle shifters here, very responsive. Oof. And keep in mind, this does come standard with front wheel drive. If you guys want to get all wheel drive, you have to pay additional options. So unfortunately, Nissan charges you that for that. So does Toyota. So basically, the Highlander and Pathfinder does come standard with front wheel drive. Keep in mind, Nissan does not offer a hybrid powertrain or a plug-in model of the Pathfinder. I wish they would offer that. I think that'd be really cool. If you guys want that hybrid powertrain, you have to look at the Toyota Highlander, because Toyota does offer a hybrid model of the Highlander. After getting out of the interior of the Nissan Pathfinder SL, now I'm in the Toyota Highlander XLE with all-wheel drive. Keep in mind that SL did not have all-wheel drive. Both of these manufacturers do offer all-wheel drive, excuse me, but you do have to pay additional option for it. So both basically it comes standard with front-wheel drive. But starting off here in the Highlander, this has Toyota's 3.5 liter V6. It makes 295 horsepower and 263 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. So the Nissan does have one more additional gear compared to the Highlander here. So it does have one more additional gear. The visibility out of the Highlander here is really good. You have a good command view of the road. The seats in here, they're supportive and comfortable. I think I like the Nissan seats a little bit better, but I do like this color combination here. So I feel like Nissan should have did a little bit more instead of having that black interior. But this looks really good as well. Like I mentioned, it does have this beige with the brown. This is an 8-inch display. It does support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. On the Pathfinder, you can get it as wireless. Unfortunately, Toyota, they haven't caught up with the other competitors in this segment. But the cabin here is quiet, just like in the Pathfinder. And also, if you guys go for the Pathfinder, you can tow up to 3,500 pounds, equipped with front wheel drive. If you guys go for the all-wheel drive, you can tow up to 6,000 pounds. So you can tow a little bit more, also tow more than this Highlander here, which this can tow 5,000 pounds. Let's talk about the driver's assistance here. Toyota has really good driver's assistance. It also has blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic alert, forward collision warning with lane keeping assist, lane departure, and adaptive cruise control. Really good driver's assistance. I tested it out before. Keep in mind, if you guys are looking for a more aggressive looking Highlander, you have to look at the Highlander XSE. It does have a sport appearance package with a sport tune suspension. I reviewed that before. You guys can check out that review if you would like. So if you guys are looking for that type of appearance package, I would recommend going for the XSE model. I feel like they both have the same get up and go, even though the Highlander here makes more horsepower and more torque than the Pathfinder. The steering feel in here is very playful. Let's put into a sport mode here to switch up on this little toggle. The steering gets a little bit more heavier. It feels a little bit more heavier compared to the Pathfinder's steering. But and the transmission is more eager to shift the gears. But personally speaking, I think this V6 sounds a little bit better. But the Highlander does, the Pathfinder does get better fuel economy by 1 to 2 mpg. This is rated at 20 in the city, 27 on the highway, and 23 combined. So the Pathfinder does get a little bit better fuel economy, even though Nissan does not offer a hybrid powertrain or a plug-in hybrid. Toyota does offer a hybrid powertrain. So if you guys are looking for a fuel-efficient three-row SUV here, I would basically put the Highlander on top of my list if you guys are looking to get really good fuel economy. But let's wrap up this comparison test of the Toyota Highlander and Nissan Pathfinder. Starting price here for the Nissan Pathfinder here, since the SL model, it starts off at $39,590 with the options and accessories, including destination, the Nissan Pathfinder stickers for $41,590. $575. Starting price here for the Toyota Highlander XLE all-wheel drive is at $41,685 with the options and accessories, including destination. The Highlander stickers for $49,955. Hope you guys have enjoyed this comparison here. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Drive On Reviews and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next review.